ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ नमो भगवते वैवस्वताय मृत्यवे ब्रह्मविद्याचार्याय नचिकेतसे च okay. So we will resume with mantra number 14, which is page 60 in Gita Press, and which page in
55.
55.
55. Okay. 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 Let us read the Sambandha Bhaashyam also. Yadi aham yogyah
यदि अहम भोग्यः
prasannah cha asmi.
प्रसन्नः च अस्मि अस्ति
Sorry, prasannah cha asi
प्रसन्नः स असि
Bhagavan mam prati
भगवन् मां प्रति
anyatra dharmat anyatra dharmat
अन्यत्र धर्मात्
anyatrasmat krita kritat
अन्यत्रास्मात् कृतात्
अन्यत्र भूताच्च भव्याच्च
अन्यत्र बोधाश्च भव्याश्च
यत्तत् पश्यसि तद्वद.
यत् यत् पश्यति तत् वद.
Okay. So this mantra is Nachiketa Uvacha. Nachiketa is speaking. You may want to write that down if it's not already there. So he is saying, Yadi aham yogya, if you think I'm qualified, then, and if you're also happy with me, then the mantra. Mantra says tad vada. Ask 2 words of this mantra. Tad vada. Tell me that. Okay, so what is that is explained in the mantra. Anyatra dharmat, anyatra dharmat. This is a grand mantra because it provides 3 definitions for Atma. Nachiketa is already providing 3 definitions. What are those? Anyatra dharmat, anyatra dharmat. See, in the last class, I gave some examples of dharma. Dharma that is obvious to us and dharma that may not be obvious, lurking behind us. But Shankara doesn't give any of those examples. He thinks you know all that stuff. This is Laukika Dharma. This is all Laukika Dharma. Making sure Ahimsa Paramo Dharma. So you have to make sure we don't create Ahimsa directly or indirectly. He assumes we know all that. Therefore, he translates or he interprets Dharma here as Shastra Vihita Dharma. Whatever is mandated by the Veda. Adharma means what? Whatever is prohibited by the Veda. Prohibited. So, all the list of the examples I gave last class is in that adharma category, and which is prohibited by the Veda, because ahimsa paramo dharmaha, and himsam na kuryat, may you not cause unnecessary harm, adharmic harm. Okay, that is the idea. Because there is something called dharmic harm that Arjuna is about to do after the teaching. Okay, so we don't have to, we should include that. All right.
Ji, in the notes, we have etat shrutva nachiketa punaraha and yadyaham yogya. So it's the Sambandha Bhaashyam is slightly different. I just wanted to make a note of that.
Correct. So there is one line you have in the notes. Etat
Yes.
shrutva nachiketaha punaha eva aha,
Yes.
or punaha aha.
Punara. Yes.
Correct. Punaraha. So yeah, go ahead and add that sentence. Those Gita Press students should add that sentence. Etat shrutva nachiketaha punaha aha. Add that sentence, and then yadi aham yogyaha, etc.
That yadi aham yogya, it is only in the Shankara Bhaashyam. It is not in the Sambandha Bhaashyam. In
It's
the
not in the Sambandha Bhaashyam.
PDF.
Correct.
I mean, we were supposed to,
The PDF,
last class you told us to add it there.
Right. So PDF, you just put an underline after that, and then say this is part of the Sambandha Bhaashyam,
Yes.
not part of the
Yeah.
Mantaras Bhaashyam. Okay, good. So, Anyatra Dharmat, Anyatra Dharmat. What a brilliant statement it is. What it tells us is this: Dharma also means guna. Any attribute is called dharma. Okay, and punyam and papam. Dharma also means punyam. Adharma means papam. So different contexts, different meanings will be taken. Here we have to take all meanings. Whatever meaning of dharma is there, whatever meaning of adharma is there, has to be brought in here. So attributes have to be brought in, punyam has to be brought in, papam, and right, wrong has to be brought in, everything brought in. Okay, and so okay, let's now look at this one. See, punya papa rahitaha, dharma adharma rahitaha. This is the way we interpret adharma is that which is free from attributes, or dharma and adharma, free from attributes, free from dharma and adharma. Okay. So I was saying, dharma and adharma have different meanings. We have to bring in all the meanings here. And so any attribute is dharma. Adharma is the opposite of the attribute, which is also an attribute. If you say righteous, then unrighteousness is an attribute also. Okay. Quality. You define somebody, the somebody cannot be defined without qualities. And Bhagavan also has qualities. So I was saying, huge difference now you can see between Vishishtadvaita and Advaita. Vishishtadvaita, they interpret Nirgunam as what? Nirgunam means Bhagavan who is free of Durgunam, bad qualities, undesirable qualities. Okay, that is Bhagavan, that is Brahma also. And so Brahma has qualities, but Ananta Kalyana Guna Sampannaha. Correct? Adha Vishishtadvaita. Okay. So Ananta Kalyana. So you can't tell this Nirguna Mandal will not work in the world of Vishishtadvaita. That is why our channels are full of our Vishishtadvaitis, because they like to hear. It's so very comforting to say, I will be there, and Vishnu will take care of me. Krishna, Rama, alla irka, Govinda. So adanala very comforting. But Advaitathila வந்து அப்படி கிடையாது. It's not like that. So Nachiketa's words are the pramanam for us. Adharmat anyat, dharmat anyat. Okay, this is to be understood. So 3 definitions are given. So dharmat anyat, adharmat anyat. So that is the first definition. Second, kritat akritat anyatra. Anyatra here means other than. That is the way to look at anyatra. Okay. Another grand statement. What is other than cause and effect? This is a bit strange because Jagat Karanam Brahma. At least God must be the cause of this world. All small things I did, okay. Good things also I did, trouble also I created. But at least God should have created this world. That's what we all heard. And now he is saying other than cause and effect. And it's a huge statement it is. That means he's telling, Nachiketa is telling, I know that this Bhagavan as the creator of the world is okay, but there is something more than that. That means what? Brahma, Bhagavan may be the creator of the world, but Brahma is something other than Bhagavan, it seems. All the avatars I've studied, there is something more than avatara. Tell me about that. Don't tell me all the stories of Krishna and Rama. Tell me about this Brahma, which is beyond cause and effect. That means what? It is like saying the sun is rising in the east, that too. Okay, sun is rising in the east, sun is rising in the east. And then suddenly what teacher comes to you one day and draws the solar system and draws the movement of the earth and rotation of the earth and says, you know what? Sun is stationary. And then our whole vision changes from that day on. Correct? Anubhava is still there. Sunrise Anubhava is still there. But I know here that sun doesn't rise at all. Okay? That is what Nachiketa is after. Okay? He's already told me this is what I'm after. So he makes Yama's job easier. And Yama should be wondering, what is this? This boy has already told everything. Now what is there left for me to say? Okay? That is what he may be feeling now. And so Kritat akritat anyat means karya karana vilakshanam. Shankara is going to say that later, okay? Karya karana vilakshanam. Cause effect. Other than cause and effect. Okay. Then he's also going to say bhutacha anyatra, bhavyacha anyatra. Other than past, present, and future. Present has to be added. Okay. This is going to happen now in this brilliant mantra. So let's read the Bhaashyam of Shankaracharya. So this mantra is essentially giving definitions for Atma. And Nachiketa is saying, okay, this is what I understand, but elaborate on this. That's what he's going to say. Anyatra dharmat,
Anyatra dharmat,
shastriyat,
shastriyat,
dharmanushtanat,
dharmanushtanat,
tatphalat,
tatphalat,
tatkarakebhyascha,
tatkarakebhyascha,
पृथक भूतमित्यर्थः
पृथक् भूतमित्यर्थः
तथा
तथा
अन्यत्र अधर्मात्
अन्यत्र अधर्मात्
तथा
तथा
अन्यत्र अस्मात् कृत अकृतात्
अन्यत्र अस्मात् कृत अकृतात्
कृतं कार्यं
कृतं कार्यं
akritam karanam
akritam karanam
asmat anyatra.
asmat anyatra.
Yeah, we'll stop with that. So that is the Bhaashyam of the first half of this mantra. So Anyatra Dharmat, Shankaracharya is saying Shastriyat Dharmanushtanat Tat Phalat Tat Karakebhyascha Prithak Bhutam Ityarthaha. Prithak Bhutam, that's the main word there. Prithak Bhutam. Prithak means different. Prithak Bhutam, that which is different, whose nature is different from. Different from. And different from what? Distinct from what? Different, distinct. Better word is distinct. Okay. From what? Shastriyat Dharmanushtanat. Okay, let's stop with that. Shastriyat Dharmanushtanat. What Dharma Anushtana means Kritam Karyam, whatever must be done, whatever the Shastram says must be done, from that, okay, from that, Tat Phalat, Tat Phalat, okay, something is done, there is always an expectation of a result, and there is a result also, and so Tat Phalat, from that action, from that karma, and from that result, Shastram puts a lot of emphasis on Vaidika karma. Because other karma and all, Laukika karma is understood. Laukika karma is there anyway. And in any way, Ishwaram, Sarvam Kalavidam Ishwaram. Ishwara. So there is really no such thing as secular action. Correct? In our Shastram, this word secular has no meaning. We have to derive a meaning, contrive a meaning. But there is no secular. Because every book is Saraswati. Every artha is Lakshmi. So which is secular, tell me? House is Lakshmi, Griha Lakshmi. Family is Santana Lakshmi. So where is the question of secular? Nothing. There is no secular thing. Therefore, Shastram, that's all. Shastriya Dharmanushthanat Tat Phalat Tat Karakebhya cha. Any action, if I want something, I must of course do karma, do something. I have to engage other people also to do stuff. Okay. Simple pot is there. Simple. Simple. I use the word simple. I don't know why I said simple. Only if you make the pot, you will realize how simple it is. Correct? You have to see, this is why we say things and walk away. But then you try to make the pot. You will say, no, no, I'd rather go back to my office and then punch on my computer. Okay, that is better for me. That is what you will say. So, okay, this pot is there. Clay is needed, material, minimum material, clay, water, whatever is needed. All these are karakas. These are all called karakas. Okay. And then effort is needed. And then clay has to be brought from somewhere to here, from to. All this from and to and all origin, destination is all karakas. And then from here you have to pour it into the middle of the wheel. That is also there. From to is there. On the wheel you have to pour, not somewhere else. So in, on, location, all these things are there. So your entire procedure, you'll have a procedure for making, right? In companies, what they do is they bore the daylights out of you by making you write procedure and procedure and procedure. How many procedures we have written, and the megabytes of procedure are there. That procedure is called karaka in our language. That procedure is called karaka. Okay, I just made that up. Means it struck me that is what it is. Means you must be all the things you must get, everything you must do to accomplish what you want. And the companies don't want to leave anything for chance, so they will capture everything. Okay, and so tat karakebhya cha. Tell me that which is different from action, result, and all the things needed to accomplish the result. Correct? That is the first statement of Prithak Bhutam, different from. Anyatra. So Anyatra. He's defined Anyatra as Prithak Bhutam. That is the meaning of that. Then Tatha. in addition to that, Anyatra adharmat. This is only a dharma. So he is interpreting dharma as what? Dharma as Shastra Vihita Anushtanam. What we are supposed to do daily, Shastra. We are supposed to be Vedic people and you must do all this. Therefore, we must reinterpret it in today's world. What is this Vedic, the karma and all is talking about? Pancha Mahayajna. We talked about it some time ago. I will bring it back up here. Pancha Mahayajna. What is Pancha Mahayajna? Pitru Yajna means family. Why? What makes me here at this place and time? My parents and grandparents, my whole lineage. So, Pitru Yajna, recalling them, thanking them, doing all the shraddhas properly. That is called Pitru Yajna. Then, Bhuta Yajna. Bhuta Yajna is the environment, entire ecosystem, environment. That is called Bhutaya, animals and plants, the entire world outside me that I see, that I am supposed to protect. That yajna is called Bhuta Yajna. Then people before that, okay, Manushya Yajna, because I relate to people first and foremost before I go to animals and plants. So people should not suffer. Because only if they don't suffer, they will do their yajna. Therefore, my responsibility is there to the people around me. Manushya Yajna. All of us do that. And so then Bhuta Yajna, then Deva Yajna. All the forces that I can't see with my eyes but I experience. All the rain and this and that has to happen at the right time, at the right place. We can't have all these tragedies, volcanoes and tsunamis happening all the time. Therefore, there are certain things, uncontrollable things attributed to Deva. So that Deva Yajna I must do. Through prayers, through homas, all these things, whatever is the Vedas gives us, we can do it.
Lot of static, Guruji. Sound, background coming.
Oh, there is a lot of static.
Yeah.
Okay. So, dharmat anyatra, then anyatra adharmat. Now that we know what dharmat is, adharmat should be straightforward. Shastriyat was dharmat. This must be what? Ashastriyat. Or what is prohibited? Shastra nishiddha karmana. What is prohibited by the Shastra? Or what?
You were talking about that Panchamahayajna, and out of that, the fifth one.
Panchamahayajna, correct. Thank you. So, Deva Yajna, fourth one we covered, Deva Yajna. All the forces that are there that I can't see, but they benefit me. And Bhagavad Gita also says, what is it? That I have to help the Devas help me. How can they say, how can I help you to help me? Deva Yajna. That is important. Deva Yajna. So, Devan bhavayatanena te deva bhavayantu vaha parasparam bhavayantaha shreya paramavapsita. So, Deva Yajna right there. Help each other. That's what Bhagavad Gita Krishna says. Then last, Brahma Yajna. Brahma is equal to Veda. Veda Adhyayanam. The study of the Veda and then followed by teaching of the Veda. That is called Brahma Yajna. So there you have Pancha Mahayajna. Pitru Yajna, Manushya Yajna, Bhuta Yajna, Deva Yajna, Brahma Yajna. This is my idea of Vedic life now. Any of us can do this. We cannot say, I don't do this, I don't do that, I don't have access to a priest, this and all. We can't say all this. Okay, Deva Yajna and all, if you have to do some homas, you need a priest. But otherwise, we can offer a prayer for the proper ecosystem, for the proper working of the planetary system. We can offer a prayer that everybody becomes aware of this sensitive nature of this ecosystem. So many things we can do. We can include all those things. So without doing any Vaidika karma, we can still do Panchamahayajna. Okay. And of course, Shastram is there. If we study the Vedas, then definitely studying it every day itself becomes Brahma Yajna. Very important. Okay, good. So, Anyatra Dharmat, then. Tatha Anyatra Asmat Krita Akritat. Kritam Karyam. Karyam means effect, product. And then Akritam Karanam. Shankara cannot be more specific. So, cause and effect. What a brilliant statement it is. Everything we study in science, this is why people who talk about science and Vedas and they say Vedas are scientific and all that, don't understand what they are talking. He says, tell me that which is other than cause and effect. Tell me, is there anything in science which is other than cause and effect? Every ology is study of cause and effect. Geology, zoology, this and botany, physiology, psychology, also cause effect. Psychology is cause effect. What cause effect? Because you had this kind of a parentage and this kind of a circumstance in your childhood, you're having these kinds of emotional problems today. Cause effect. This is why you're getting panic attacks today. That's what the psychologist will say. So the entire research they do is all cause effect, cause effect. That's why reason. The minute you say reason, you are in the realm of science. The minute you say, tell me that which exists, you have to step out of reason, because that which exists cannot be derived by reason. We saw this some time ago. Naisha Tarkena Matirapaneya. We use reason to understand it, but first we have to get it from the Shastra. Okay. So therefore, Krita Akrita, brilliant statement. And then, so Asmat Anyatra. Asmat Anyatra, other than this cause, Karanam, and effect Karyam. Correct? Okay, let's read the Bhaashyam of the next half of the mantra, second half. Kincha
Kincha
Anyatra
Anyatra
Bhutat cha
Bhutat cha
Atikrantat Kalat
Atikrantat Kalat
Bhavyat cha
Bhavyat cha
Bhavishyatah cha
Bhavishyatah cha
Tatha Vartamanat
Tatha Vartamanat
Kalatrayena Yat
Kalatrayena Yat
Na Parichidyate
Na Parichidyate
Ityarthaha
Tyarthaha
Yat
Yat
Idrisham Vastu
Idrisham Vastu
Sarva Vyavahara Gocharatitam
Sarva Vyavahara Gocharatitam
Pashyasi
Pashyasi.
Tad Vada Mahyam.
Janasi is not there.
Oh, Janasi is there. Sorry. Yeah. Pashyasi Janasi
Janasi
Tad Vada Mahyam.
Tad Vada Mahyam.
So those who are following Gita Press can write the word Janasi after Pashyasi, before Tat. Hello, sir. So next half is Bhagavan Bhashyakara is commenting. Kincha, moreover, means I'm not done yet. Anyatra bhutacha atikrantat kalat. Bhutat, he's explaining what bhuta is. As though we don't know, he's explaining. We may not know properly because past, our idea of past is very limited idea of past, you know. Past. When were you born? Okay, my date of birth was so and so. So I've gone back 50, 60, 70, 80 years. Okay. Okay, then what? What about parents? Yeah, I know a little bit about my parents. What about grandparents? Kind of, I know something, but not much. When did they live? Some time ago. Okay, 100 years ago. Then what? Then in history. history. And then we have to go back further. Okay. How far can you go in history? Our Angus Madison went back 2000 years and said, I'm going to look at the economy of the world from 2000 years back. Okay, look at his work. Thanks to him, we know that India was a prosperous country. Just 200 years ago, India's GDP contribution was 25% of the world GDP, thanks to him. Anyway, so 2000 years back. Shankaracharya is saying, Atikrantat Kala, all the time that has gone back. Okay, anything you can think of in the past. Billion years, yeah, that also included in this Atikranta, that which has passed. Okay, that is the meaning of Atikranta. Crossed, that you have crossed over. Okay, that is how he is defining past. Then Bhavyat cha. Okay. Bhavishyataha cha is saying. Bhavishyataha. That means what? Future. The time that's going to come. Okay. And then see, there is the Bhutat cha, then there is Bhavyat cha. And the commentators are saying the cha, the second cha is meant for you to understand that you must add Vartamanam, present also. Therefore, Shankara says Tatha Vartamana. Vartamana means present. So other than past, present, and future. That means he's telling Yama, don't tell me something other than time. Tell me that which sustains time itself. He knows. He's saying, I know time is a concept. Time is a concept because during deep sleep, I have no idea of time. Nobody has an idea of time. Time is an idea. That gives me a clue that time is an idea. It doesn't mean all clocks will stop when we sleep. Clocks will keep on running. Okay, where is the clock? See. This one is, this is not time. Is this time? This is not time. We think it is showing the time, we say. Okay, this is a device that is showing time. All right. But what is sacrosanct about this 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m. and all that? It is just something we have figured out and we just for our convenience. And so that we can all meet at the same time at the same place. We give a place, we give a time, and then let's meet there. So it all works fine for transaction purposes. But time itself, Nachiketa is saying, is anityam. Anityam because when I sleep, I can see there is no time. Time disappears. Time doesn't exist. The concept, time is a concept. That is what Nachiketa is indirectly telling us. Okay. So here, look at that. Kalatrayena yat na parichidyate ityarthaha. Shankaracharya. That which is not divided by the 3 periods of time. That is what he's saying. Everything is divided by the 3 periods of time. Everything existed in the past and then vanished, or existed in the past and existing now differently, and then may exist in the future. That is what everything in this world is going to be like that. Even comets, everything existed and then it just burnt away, gone. Tell me that which always was, which always is, and always will be. That is what Shankaracharya is saying that Nachiketa means. Okay. And that is what Vishnu has holding a chakra. This time is constantly changing. This rotation is time. And who is Vishnu? I am in the center. That which doesn't rotate, that which doesn't change, that which sustains time, that is who I am. Nachiketa is telling, teach me about that. Teach me about Vishnu. Vishnu Chakra. That is what. That is what is being said. Main samay hu. I am reminded of that. Main samay hu. Mere bahag something. I forget now. Bahag ke raste mein न किसी दुख की रुकावट है, न किसी सुख की. Somewhere we've heard that. Okay. So he says, मैं समय हूँ. It seems Sri Krishna
Mahabharata introduction.
काल चक्र हो.
Mahabharata introduction. Yeah. So he's there. He says, मैं समय हूँ. Okay. That is because there is somebody to say. The minute somebody has to say something, then Upadhi comes into play. Can the clay say, I am pot? मैं घट हूँ. Can the clay say that? Okay, clay can say that. My ghat hu, because without me there is no ghata. So my hu, I am the one. Who you are looking at, ghata. You say I am looking at ghata, but my ghat hu, I am that ghat that you are looking at, ghata. But if I really am ghata, then wherever clay is, you have to see ghata also. Is that what you see? Wherever there is clay, there is a pot? No chance. Thankfully, no. That means what? That means मैं घट हूं, पर मैं घट भी नहीं हूं. स्वरूपतः मैं घट नहीं हूं. So when he says मैं समय हूं, then brackets you have to say मैं समय भी नहीं हूं. तो यहाँ पर बोल रहा है नचिकेता, मैं कालातीत हूं. ओके, भूताच्च भव्याच्च अन्यत्र. Correct? Okay. So यत्, okay, यत् ईदृशं वस्तु सर्व व्यवहार गोचरातीतं पश्यसि. ईदृशं वस्तु यत् पश्यसि. Like this, ईदृशं means in this, like this vastu. This kind of thing which you see. Okay, what kind of thing? Sarva vyavahara gocharatītam. Gochara means object. Vyavahara gochara, object of transaction, interaction, any interaction. What kinds of interactions can there be in this world? Kayena vacha manasendriyarva buddhyatmana va prakrite svabhavat. We chant that every day. Okay. Kayena, with the body. Vacha, with the vocal apparatus, there can be interaction. For human beings, human-centered, therefore. Kayana vacha, manasa, mind, all mental activity. Any mental activity, even a thought, even an experience, is also a vyavahara. Okay, a thought. A thought is an object of a mental interaction. So, manasa, indriya, of course. All things that you attribute to the indriyas, that also. Therefore, sarva vyavahara gocharatītam. Atitam means other than. Other than. Sometimes they translate it as transcending. 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 So that we don't get confused and think transcending means you have to close your eyes. Swamiji will always say this. He will make it fun out of this. Immediately they will close their eyes and then they will sit like this. These yoga people. Yoga people means there are some yoga people in our class, but they are very different yoga people. They are not your typical yoga people. Okay. And so, but they come and sit and they close their eyes. And Swamiji said, hey, I'm teaching you. You have to look at me. What are you doing closing your eyes? It took me a while to understand these fellows are not listening anything. They have closed their eyes and ears also are closed. Then only he understood, it seems, that the whole yoga world they understood. He understood his ways. Anyway, so clay can say, aham ghatatītam. I am transcending pot. Can the clay say, I transcend the pot? Can say that. Why? Because I am not pot. I appear to you as a pot. That is fine. I'm okay with that. But don't confuse me to be the pot. Okay? That is what is being said here. Sarva vyavahara gocharatītam. Any transaction, minute, microcosm, macrocosm, anything you can come up with, Tell me that which is other than that, quote unquote, transcends that. Okay. Yat pashyasi, that which you see. That which you see is contradiction now. Because just now you said that which you see is an object. And indriya, agocharam you said, but now you say pashyasi. That which you see means what? Shankaracharya is adding janasi. That which you know. That which you know. You know it. I know that you know it. And so, that which you know, I know that you know this Atma, tad vada mahyam. Tell me that. Okay. That is pretty straightforward. And so, Puja Swamiji says, don't beat around the bush. Because all this story about this, I'll send you this, send you that, and chariots, music and all that. No, don't beat around the bush. And then Paramathanandaji says, Yama must be wondering now that, what am I going to tell this boy? He's telling me, giving me new definitions for Atma. And so I have to write notes, So like that. So that's this mantra, in which Nachiketa is starting off by giving some definitions for Atma, 3 definitions for Atma, and saying finally that Sarva Vyavahara Gochara Titam Atma, tell me about that. That is what Nachiketa is saying, and later Bhashyakara in other commentaries will refer to this mantra. A student's statement is going to be referred by a teacher to tell the definition of Atma. Okay, that's how important this mantra is. Okay, let's look at the Anvaya of this mantra. Nachiketaha uvacha. That you can write if you have already not written down. Nachiketaha uvacha. And Sandhi Nachiketaha, the Visarga will drop. So Nachiketa uvacha. Then Yat Dharmat Anyatra. Yat Dharmat Anyatra. Within brackets, Prithak Bhutam Bhavati. All these are Shankara's words. Yat Dharmat Anyatra Prithak Bhutam Bhavati. Adharmat Anyatra. Within brackets, Bhavati. Next. Asmat Krita Kritat Anyatra. Asmat Krita Kritat Anyatra Bhavati within brackets. Asmat Krita Kritat Anyatra Bhavati. Bhutat Cha Bhavyat Cha. Vartamanat within brackets. Anyatra. Bhutat Cha Bhavyat Cha Vartamanat Anyatra. Comma. Yat tat pashyasi. Yat within brackets. Yat tat pashyasi. Tat tvam vada. Tvam is not needed. Tvam is the word I supplied. Shankaracharya doesn't say it. Tad vada. Tad tvam vada. Let me read that whole thing now. Nachiketaha uvacha. Yat dharmat anyatra prithak bhutam bhavati. Adharmat anyatra bhavati. Asmat krita kritat anyatra bhavati. Bhutat cha bhavyat cha vartamanat, if you want cha, anyatra, comma, yat tat pashyasi. tad tvam vada. Full stop.
Guruji, can we say krita, akritat?
Yeah, krita akrita. Krita akrita is krita akrita. So I just split it. You can split it. But it is one word though. Krita akrita is one word. Just remember that. Yeah.
So the Mahyam is not needed. Tattvam vada. only.
You can add. See, this Anvaya is up to us. What is the purpose of the Anvaya? Is to rearrange the words, first of all, so you can begin to make some sense. And some words you may not know what it means. And so we have to bring in some words for the Bhaashyam. So Anvaya is not a fixed thing. It is up to you. Whatever you want, you can do. You can add more words. Mahyam vada. Good. That also is good. Mahyam is Bhashyakara's word. So you can add Mahyam vada. Tell me. You tell me.
Guruji,
Yeah.
we said aparichinna, akarta, and aganta are right. Last class we talked about. Here we just added dharma, adharma to these three. Is it not right?
Right. Right. So everything is tantamount to that akarta, aganta, aparichita, atma.
Oh. Okay.
Aparichita means what? Divided. Divided
Yes.
by what? Dharma and dharma. Divided by what? Past, present, and future.
Yes.
Divided by what? Cause and effect.
Correct.
So it's the
Correct.
same.
Correct. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, let's read the Sambandha Bhaashyam. Yeah, Chandana. Iti evam.
Please repeat.
One second. I'm not able to hear you. That's I'll change the speaker here. That's it. Yeah, tell me now.
Yeah, can you please repeat?
Yeah. Iti evam
Iti evam
prishtavate
prishtavate
mrityuh uvacha
mrityuh uvacha
prishtam vastu
prishtam vastu
visheshanantaram cha
visheshanaram cha vivakshan
sarve veda moola mantram sarve vedaha yat padamamananti
yat padananam
tapamsi sarvani cha
yatamsi sarvani cha
yad vadanti
yat vadanti
yadichantaha
yadichantaha
brahmacharyam charanti
brahmacharyam charanti
tatte padam sangrahena bravimi
sangrayena vivimi
om ityetat.
om ityetat.
Once again, sarve veda yat padamamananti
Sarve yeda yat padam mananti
tapamsi sarvani cha yad vadanti
tapasi sarvamya danti
yadichanto brahmacharyam charanti
yadicharyo brahmacharyam yadanti
tatte padam sangrahena bravimi
tatve padam sangrayena hihi
om ityetat.
om ityetat.
Yeah. So there are some
Excuse me,
mantras.
Guruji, one small clarification. In the 14th mantra,
Yeah.
on page 56 in our PDF, we have one more line. Or is it part of this? Oh, it's part of this, sorry. Ityevam prishtavate. Sorry.
So Sambandha Bhaashyam to this next mantra. There are some mantras in any text, shlokas in Bhagavad Gita, which stand out and which are often quoted. Okay, so this is another mantra. Sarve Vedaha. It is the first. Kaha uvacha. So it doesn't say here. Upanishad won't say kaha uvachai. But Sambandha Bhaashyam.
Mrithyuruvacha.
Mrityu uvacha. Sambandha Bhaashyam. So Shankaracharya makes it clear. Mrityu uvacha, he says. Okay. Yamadharmaraja said. What happened? So, iti evam prishtavate. Prishtam vastu. Visheshanantaram cha vivakshan. Okay. He said. Prishtavate. Prishtavate. So, Prishtavan. So, Tavatu Pratyaya, Sanskrit students. Prichadatu. Okay. So, Prishtavate means what? Tavatu and then Chaturthi Ekavachana. Okay. Pullingam. So, to the one who asked. To the one who asked. Prishtavate means to one who asked. Okay. So, Mrityu Uvacha to Prishtavate. Who is that Prishtavate? To Nachiketase. Right? Nachiketase, it should come. Huh? So, then, iti evam Prishtavate. Evam, in the manner in which he asked in this manner, adharma, tanyat, etc. Evam, in that manner, to the person who asked. And what did Mrityu say? Prishtam vastu. Prishtam vastu. That which was asked by Nachiketa. Prishtam vastu. Not something else. Sometimes you ask something and then the conversation goes off somewhere else. And Shankaracharya says, no, the conversation is not going to go somewhere else. Okay? Prishtam vastu. Visheshanantaram cha. And related other details about Atma. Okay. Visheshanantara means other than what was specifically mentioned, but Visheshanam related to what was said, some attributes, some things, some descriptions will be said. Like Omkara, Upasana will be said. Nachiketa did not ask specifically about Upasana, but I'm going to teach you about the Dhyanam, that also he said. Okay. Visheshanantaram cha vivakshan. Intending, with the intention of saying, with that intention in mind. Okay, with that intention in mind, Mrityu Uvacha. That is the meaning of this sentence. Okay. So, two things are going to be said. Let's do it differently. He's already said. What did he say? Omityetat. That is the answer to the question of Nachiketa. Okay, let's go from back. Okay. Omityetat. Omiti, oh. And Sangrahena bravimi. Bravimi, vadami, I will tell you, I'm going to tell you now, Sangrahena, briefly I will tell you. Means I'm going to explain to you later, but I'll tell you briefly now. Briefly. So, briefly. So, it's like, in India, sometimes they introduce speakers, and Swamiji has come. And so they introduce Swamiji. And 1 hour time is given, right? 5 p.m. to 6 p.m., whatever. And this guy comes at 5, and then he will say, thank you all for coming. And we have in our presence a Mahatma, Swami Dayananda Saraswati. And we are so blessed that he could be here. And I will be very brief. And I don't want to stand in between you and him. And then 15 minutes later, he's still talking. This is his idea of brief, People don't understand. Sometimes when they hold the mic, I think they figure out, my God, I'm holding the mic. People are listening to me. I think this is a great chance. And the mistake he makes is, they think they have come to listen to him. That is a mistake he makes. But he thinks they are waiting to listen to him. No, they're not waiting to listen to him. They are forced to listen to you because this introduction is there always. So that brevity, look at Yama's brevity. Sangrahena bravi. I'll tell you briefly. Monosyllable, one syllable. Can there be a word that is shorter than one syllable? It's not possible. So monosyllable Om, that is the answer he says. Okay, Sankarahena Bravi. Okay. And what about this Om? What about this Om? Sarve Vedaha Yat Padam Amananti. All the Vedas talk about that Padam, that Vastu, that important thing, that highly protected Vastu. Protected means what? That talked about Vastu, Yat Padam Amananti. Declare, talk proudly about, endlessly talk about. Okay. Sarve Vedaha talk about that thing. Then what? Tapamsi Sarvanicha Yad Vadanti. Others also talk about this, not just the Vedas. Who are the others who talk about this? Tapamsi Sarvani. Sarvani Tapamsi. All the people who do tapas to get at this Vastu. Okay. To get at this Vastu, they're all doing tapas, it seems. Those kinds of people. Shankaracharya will explain these words for us. Okay. Those brahmacharis ityadi. Then Yadichanto brahmacharyam charanti. Those tapasvis, they do brahmacharyam. They practice brahmacharya. Yadichantaha, desiring this atma, this vastu, they practice brahmacharyam. Shankaracharya will explain that. Okay. Gurukula Vasam, etc. And so, charanti. Tat padam, sangrahena te bravimi. Tat te, to you. I will tell that to you briefly now. And that is Om. That is the meaning of this book. So, Omkara. So, when Om comes, two things are there. Omkara Upasanam will be there. Means Dhyanam, meditation on Omkara as the Tattvam. Okay. Ishvara Tattvam. That is there. And then Omkara Vicharaha. Inquiry into Omkara. As guided to us by texts like Mandukya Upanishad. And say Omkara is equal to A, U and Ma. And Akara is the waking state. Ukara is the entire dream state. Entire waking state. Whatever you see in this waking state, whatever you can imagine in the waking state, that is represented by the letter A. Akara. Then Ukara. Then dream. You say your dream is different from waking state? Yes. The dream world is different from waking world? Yes. Okay. In that case, Ukara represents that dream world. Whatever experiences, whatever happens, your entire dream world is represented by U. Then what? Then there is a dreamless sleep state. And that is represented by the letter Makara. That is it. That is all I know. There is no other experience for me. There is no other world for me. Every world comes under these three experiences. And then the Upanishad says, Chaturtham manyante sa atma sa vijñeyaha. Atma is not one of these three, my dear friend. It is Chaturtham. It is the silence that follows the Omkara. It is that which sustains the Akara, Ukara, and Makara. It is the existence that makes A what A is, U what U is, and Ma what Ma is. Okay? That is Chaturtham, fourth. Pandukya says that. So this is called Vichara. This is called inquiry. Generally, Upasanam has to be followed, has to follow inquiry, cannot precede inquiry. Correct? We said that earlier. So these two are indicated here by the word Omkara. Let's see what Shankaracharya says. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Satish is there. Okay, good. Sarve Vedaha.
Sarve Vedaha.
Yat Padam Padaniyam.
Yat Padam Padaniyam.
Gamaniyam.
Gamaniyam.
Avibhagena.
Aviganena.
Avibhagena.
Avibhagena.
Amananti.
Amananti.
Pratipadayanti.
Pratipadayanti.
Tapamsi sarvani cha.
Tapamsi sarvani cha.
Yad vadanti.
Yad vadanti.
Yat praptyartham.
Yat pratyartham.
Sorry. Yat praptyarthani.
Yat pratyarthani.
Ityarthaha.
Ityarthaha.
Yeah, let's stop with that. That is the first half of this mantra that we just read. Sarve Vedaha Yat Padam Padaniyam Gamaniyam Avibhagena Amanam. Okay. Shankaracharya is explaining this. Sarve
After
Vedaha.
Avibhagena, there is Avirodhena also in the.
Oh. I see. In the textbook, there is Avirodhena, is it?
Sorry, in the notes.
In the notes.
The PDF.
Yeah, go ahead. Those Gita Press people can write the word Avirodhena. Yeah, I have it in my notes actually. So Sarve Veda, Chatur Veda, Yat Padam, that Padam. And what is Padam? Shankaracharya explains, tells us, Padam is Padaniyam Gamaniyam. Padaniyam Gamaniyam. That Vastu, Gamaniyam means what? Whenever the word gum is used, gum is to gain, to go, to gain also. Yat praptavyam ityarthaha. Commentators will say Gamaniyam means to be reached, literal meaning. To be reached means what? To be gained. To be gained. That padam means moksha padam. That is what it is. Yat padam amananti. Amananti. Nadhatu. You must have heard the word Dakshinamnaya, Sharada Pitam. Like that you must have heard. So that Amnaya comes from this Mnadhatu. Amananti. Amnaya means Vedaha. Vedaha. Okay. And so Amananti here means talk about, declare, proclaim, demonstrate. Shankaracharya is saying Pratipadayanti. Okay, Pratipadayanti, reveal, teach. Okay, Sarve Vedaha, they teach that Padam. Okay, then Tapamsi Sarvani Cha Yat Vadanti. Yat Pratyarthani Ityarthaha. So Yat Pratyarthani, Yat Padam Pratyarthani. So, and for the sake of gaining that Padam, that Atma, okay, that Vastu, Brahma Vastu, Satya Vastu, right? Yat Praptyarthani means what? For the sake of that, this Tapamsi Sarvani Cha Vadanti. So what I said earlier is wrong. So wrong means I take back. That same Vedaha Vadanti, correct? This Vadanti is done by whom? Vedaha, correct? And that same Veda talks about Tapam, Sarvani Tapamsi, talks about various disciplines to obtain that Padam. Correct? Not only it talks about the Padam, but it also talks about how to get that Padam. Okay, all the disciplines, Tapamsi, Sarvani, all disciplines. Okay. Yad Ichantaha Brahmacharyam Gurukula Vasa. Oh no, sorry, we did not read this. Okay. So Yadartham Okay, so Vedas talk about these two things, padam and how to get that padam. Now let's read the next one.
Guruji, you didn't explain the word avibhagena, avirodhena.
Correct, very important words, avibhagena. This is Shankara's touch. And then how do you get this? How do you know this Atma? Or how do you know this padam, Brahma padam? Avibhagena means as not separate from oneself. Shankaracharya will constantly tell us this, remember, right? Not as paroksha vastu, paroksha Brahma. Brahma paroksha nasti, Brahma aparoksha asti. This, what you should know is, so far I think God is out there, but then you have to bring God close to you. And how close to you, to me, I should get? Very close to you. How close? Very close means next to me, sitting next to me. No, there is no difference between Atma and Brahma. That close it has to be. Okay, that is the meaning of avibhagena. Okay. Avirodhena. Okay, same meaning. Avirodhena. Virodha is there when there are two separate things. When two things are separate, virodha will be there. That is what. That is it. Yesterday I was talking at this Ekadasi Satsang. This Bhajago with them, I'm teaching them. And so I'm having nice fun with all these senior citizens. And so I keep on asking questions and all that. And I hear what they say. So we're talking about this Ananda happiness. And Shankaracharya is telling, this Vastu, don't have this greed, Trishna for Dhanam and all. This greed, you let go of the greed and begin thinking about this Sat Vastu, etc. And then we are talking about general, how do you get happiness? I asked them, do you get happiness from your husband? Do you get happiness from your wife? And son, Mahalakshmi said, yes. I told her, you are saying yes because your husband is sitting right here. Because if you say no, he won't leave you alone after you go home, right? So like that, we are having a lot of fun. So Virodha will always be there. And I asked him, hey, if A gives happiness to B and B gives happiness to A, is it permanent or not permanent? If A's property is to give happiness to B, then the property should remain.
Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam.
I did not go that far. Yesterday was just casual discussion. I didn't bring all those mantras. Later on, they're going to get a shock of their life. But slowly, I'm building the tempo. Okay. So Virodha will be Avirodha. Avirodhena. Okay. So Pratipadayanti. Okay, let's read the next one. Anything else did I miss?
Padaniyam, what does it mean?
Padaniyam is equal to same thing. So Padaniyam Praptavyam. So Padaniyam is equal to Gamaniyam. Correct? Padaniyam. So Padam is equal to Padaniyam is equal to Gamaniyam. Or Gamaniyam is the adjective to Padam. Yat Gamaniyam Padam. That vastu which must be gained by you. Must. Not optional. Correct? That is also another meaning for that. Both ways you can take. All right. Next, we have a couple of minutes here. Yadichantaha. Hariji, if you can unmute yourself.
Yadichantaha.
Brahmacharyam.
Gurukula
Vasa Lakshanam. Anyadva. Brahma Praptyartham. Charanti. Tatte Tubhyam. Padam. Yat Jnatum Ichhasi.
Yedujnad Michati.
Sangrahena.
Sangrahena.
Sankshepatah.
Samkshepatah.
Bravimi.
Brevimi.
Yeah. So Bhagavan Bhashyakara is explaining the second half of the mantra. Yadichantaha brahmacharyam charanti. That brahmacharyam is explained. Desiring which yad ichantaha, that yad padam ichantaha, those people who are desirous of this padam, yeah, brahmacharyam charanti. So Shankara is saying, Gurukula Vasa Lakshanam. And one word is saying that. A lifestyle which is characterized by Lakshanam, characterized by Gurukula Vasa. Gurukula Vasa means what? Guru Samipavarti. Antevasi, these words will be used. Antevasi means one has to stay. Stay and permanently stay. Permanently means stay, because that study is like that, where it can't be periodic study, but it has to be Gurukula Vas. That is what Shankara is saying. So we shouldn't get too upset. Oh, we are not doing all that, etc. We are doing the best that we can under the given circumstances. And so we're studying, no doubt, we're seriously studying. And so as grihasthas, this is pretty good use of our time, correct? As grihasthas, right? Zoom has made all this possible. Otherwise, there is a chance even this is not possible. Okay. So we are definitely blessed. But Shankaracharya says brahmacharya literal meaning must be taken this way. So we also can practice brahmacharya as we study the Shastra, correct? So that is another indication with this. So then, and this Patanjali Yoga Sutras and all, brahmacharya is mentioned as one of the, what is it? Yama, I think. One of the yamas is brahmacharya, correct? Okay, then Gurukula Vasa Lakshanam Anyadva, alternatively, okay. This brahmacharya means what? Brahma Praptyartham Charan. Brahma Praptyartham seems identical, but commentators say Brahma Praptyartham. So our Gopala Yatindra says Indra Virochanakhyayika Abhihita Brahma Vidyangam Brahmacharya. There is a story where this Indra and Virochana go to Sanat Kumara, and then they want to, or go to Brahmaji, I think, and then want
Prajapati.
to learn. Prajapati, Brahmaji, and then want to learn. So Brahmaji say, okay, you practice Brahmacharyam for 36 years. Then I will teach you. So limited Brahmacharyam, as it were, Brahmacharyam for the purpose of gaining the knowledge. After that, one can become a grahastha. That is the idea. Become a grahastha. But there may still be brahmacharyam, but the point is limited or permanent brahmacharya. Okay, that is the meaning. Shankaracharya is saying. We can take it both ways, he's saying. Okay?
Brahmacharya.
Nitya
Brahmacharyam.
So Naishtika Brahmacharya, first one, or Nitya Brahmacharyam, or Brahma Praptyartham, for the sake of gaining this Brahma Vidya. Correct? For that, like Indra and Virochana. Okay. Tatte Padam. Tat te. Then Tat Padam. Tat means Padam. You can bring the Padam forward. Tat Padam te tubhyam, to you, because te has many meanings. So Shankaracharya is giving the meaning that has to be taken. Tubhyam, to you. Okay. Yat jnatum ikshasi, which you desire to know. Okay, which is what you asked for. Hey, Nachiketa. Sangrahena, briefly, Sankshepataha. Briefly, both mean the same thing. Bravimi, I will tell you. Okay. Omityetat.
Almost identical to 8th Adhaya, Guruji. Tatte Padam Sangrahena Praveksha. 8:11, I think.
Correct. Correct. 2 times I think home comes in Bhagavad Gita. So anyway, we will conclude here because it's already past time. And Omityetat. we will start our next class with this auspicious Om mantra, correct? Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.